Hi guys, I hope you guys are good. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. It's December. I hope you guys are enjoying your holidays and I hope you guys are safe. So in today's video I want to have a sister talk with some of you guys. I believe I am a sister to a lot of people because I'm of age now. I'm old. I'm 27 and I've learned a lot of things in my 27 years of life. But today I want to specifically focus on having a child. If you know that you're still young, maybe in your early 20s, and you don't have a child yet, this is for you. I want to share my experience with having a child early and what I think I should have done better. And guys, this is not projection, this is not at all me telling people what to do, but I feel like this can be so helpful in you see my point exactly. Did you hear that? Is that what you want in your life? So listen up. Okay guys, so that was obviously a joke. I do very much think that children are a blessing. I still very much think that children are blissful and all that. I don't for a second minimize that or take anything away from that fact. Children are a blessing. However, if you're not at the right position in life, financially, emotionally, spiritually, in all other areas of your life, they can very much be in the way. They can very much be in the way, and I am seeing it. Or I saw it, because I think now I'm at a better place, but I saw it in my own life. And this is how I saw it, guys. I felt pregnant when I was 23. At 23, I felt pregnant. At that time, I had not been anywhere, with like my career in terms of like, having a job and all those stuff. Okay, so let me start from scratch. So I 2016 matriculated, then went to university 2017, then graduated 2021, I graduated again 2022, and yeah, got my qualifications, and then after, no, not 2022, graduated 2020 and graduated again 2021. So education wise, I'm doing good. I have my qualifications and I'm at a point now where I'm now starting my career and now looking for a job, and that went well. I didn't go as well as I had expected, because obviously when you graduate you think you're going to get the best corporate job and I'm going to earn a lot of money. That didn't happen with me. First few jobs I got were not so good, but there was something for me because I was starting up, so I appreciated them. And then with time, I fell pregnant. At the time, I was working at this other job, this other company that wasn't really paying well. It was too far from home, so it didn't make sense for me to continue working there in my condition, and also considering the fact that the money wasn't good, so I left. Little did I know that I will not be lucky with the job after that job, and I'm expecting. Okay, 2022, I give birth and I'm not working. And this is not to say the father of the child wasn't there, but he was very much trying to find his feet as well. He was very much not in a good position as well. I didn't have a house. He wasn't, established as a dude. So in a nutshell, me and him, we papat. Okay, we were not prepared. And I think the lack of preparation is because we underestimated, what comes with parenting. Or maybe not underestimated, we just didn't think it through. We were just in love and we did, what people do to get children, and then we got a child. We're like, oh, okay, we have a child. We have to live with it. My point is, when my son came, that's where I got exposed. I got exposed that, what, actually, not only financially, but emotionally, you still have a long way to go. Because a child demands so much of your attention. You need to be attentive, you need to be intentional, you need to be there, you need to give them attention, you need to be present 24/7. That is what being a parent is. The finances, yes, the finances are there, but I think for me, where I got the biggest challenge is that the emotional presence, that was demanded out of me. Because a child will demand it. They will cry. They will cry, or they will, behave in ways that will make you pay attention, because that's what they want, right? And if you're not ready, and the other thing also, spiritually, that is when I started being sensitive or aware of the fact that, hey, there are a lot of things that are going on that are evil, things that I didn't pay attention to, because honestly, I didn't really like care. But when you have a child, you start caring about these things. You start caring about like how your child will end up. You start caring about the friends that your child will be around, the people that will be around your child, and the things that they'll be feeding. You start, not watching certain things. You start, working on yourself and all that. And I'm just saying that if you're not ready for that, if you're doing all those things at 20, and you can see how much of a shift it can be and how much of a big thing it is. I didn't know. I thought, what, I'm going to have a child and life is going to go on as normal with the child. But no, life changed completely. And it changed while I'm not at a position where I feel like I'm allowed to go through the changes the way that I wanted to. Now, because you are dependent, in my case, on my mom, because my dad has passed away. Yeah, you don't have the freedom to exercise parenting the way you want to. And I'm not saying it's this in a bad way, but I'm saying it in a limited way. You're limited because you don't have the right resources. Because you decided to do this unprepared. So I think what I want to say is, because I don't want to go into details, I don't want this video to be long. I want to test what ties with this video. I want to see if people are interested in this. But please, think carefully before you have a child. Think carefully about who you have the child with. Think carefully about the state of your relationship also. Can it handle having a child? I would also stretch it to say, do it God's way. Wait for marriage. Get married. Then have children in marriage. Because there's already a structure that is created for that. No one gets married broke. So if someone can afford to marry you, chances are higher that they are able to take care of you. And then chances are they're able to take care of the child. See, however way it looks for you, but it's going to be a situation that allows you to have a child. So consider that, and also consider you, yourself. Are you ready to share your time? Are you ready to be that emotionally available for another person? Are you able to be in a position where you teach another person values, principles, morals? Do you have those morals to pass down? Because sometimes when you are a parent, that's where you start seeing I'm kind of morally bankrupt. I'm saying that that's bad or anything. It's just an example. I'm not saying that's me also. It's just an example. But that is where you actually find out your true self. That's where you see the person that you actually are. So before you find these things out during the parenting, first prepare yourself. First ask yourself those questions and then go into it in a healthy way so that when you're there, it's not something you're battling with. It's not something that you're like, why in my space? I mean, that's a big thing for me because I'm an introvert, love my space, and my son is very clingy. He's also very much an introvert, but he's very, touchy, it's very like clingy. And sometimes I just want my space. So you need to figure that out and decide, is this what I want for myself? Career-wise, like in the beginning of my video, I said that they are in the way. There's certain opportunities that you cannot take when you have a child. A big example is overseas. There's so many jobs that I feel like I cannot take up because of the attachment I have with my son. I am so attached to my son that I cannot imagine being in a different country and leaving him behind. You see, those are the things that you need to consider. But if you are single and you don't have a child, these are things you jump for. Those are things that you jump for. You jump for those opportunities and you just grab them. But I don't even want those opportunities. I don't even want that to come my way because I'm just like, actually, no, that's not what I'm doing. That's not what I want for myself. So guys, yeah, 80/20's, work on yourself. 80/20's, be so self-aware. Establish yourself financially. Work on yourself so much that you know yourself, what you want, what you're doing. Start your career, start your business. Make it a you time. Dedicate your 20s to yourself. Then when you have worked on yourself enough, you find that it makes it a lot better for you to give to someone else. It makes it a lot better for you to pour into someone else. When you do that simultaneously, pouring, working on yourself while parenting, figuring yourself out while parenting, it becomes a lot. I'm not saying you can fully discover yourself. I think it takes a lifetime. but I think to a certain extent it becomes healthy when you at least have went through it before the child. So yeah guys, that's what I want to say. I am going to make a more structured video depending on how this one goes, and maybe even if it doesn't go well, because that is something that I'm struggling with, you know, consistency, because if you let people know you're interested, yada yada yada. But like, yeah, depending on how much I'm able to overcome that, I might make another more structured video to share more about this topic or to expand more on it. So yeah, happy December guys, stay safe, I love you, and Jesus loves you.